Allyson Felix.
I'm a business owner, I'm a founder, I'm a mom.
You've been very transparent about your journey to motherhood.
I had like this perfect birth scenario. It just all fell apart. That experience just shifted everything in me.
Maternity support in workplaces. Oh, we're gonna talk about this.
Go ahead. No, you go.
You go. You got it.
No, you said you got it.
Are you smarter than an elementary schooler? Which of these words is a conjunction?
Oh my God.
All right, moving on.
There's more. How many more? Can we bake?
Today we're making a pound cake.
Is there any technique to the cake pour?
Ooh, you're baking some.
We just dump it?
Yep.
Oh, I'm the problem. It could be worse. Okay, this is the moment of truth.
Okay.
Da, 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 da.
Uh-oh.
What's up, y'all? I'm Zuri Hall, and this is Not About Sports, where I talk to your favorite names in the game about everything except the game. Today, I am going one-on-one with the incredible Allyson Felix. She is one of the most decorated Olympic athletes of all time. She was named one of Time's 100 most influential people, and she landed on ESPN's list of the greatest athletes of the 21st century. Wild, right?
Here comes Felix for the line.
Allyson Felix has been running with more confidence each round here.
And Allyson Felix gets her goal. And the U.S. to win their 6th straight Olympic gold. It's Allyson Felix who will be throwing the flowers tonight.
11 Olympic medals for Allyson Felix.
Take a good look at your screen because you are unlikely to see somebody like this again in your lifetime.
Now, at 40, she's looking to add to her record-breaking career by announcing that she's officially coming back from retirement to compete in the upcoming 2028 Los Angeles Olympic Games. On top of all of that, she is also an entrepreneur. She is a proud wife. She's a hands-on mom, and she is a really important voice for maternal health. She's also a really awesome baker, which is why we found this kitchen in downtown LA so that we could get our bake on and talk not about sports.
How are you?
Welcome. So good to see you.
You too. Thank you for having me.
I'm so excited for today. I know you are like an accomplished baker. You get down in the kitchen. That's what they're telling me.
I don't know about all that, but I do love to bake.
I like to make a cake every now and then.
I do.
Well, for that very reason, we are going to bake in just a little bit, but I thought we would start with a game.
All right.
How's that sound?
Yeah, let's do it. Okay.
All right. So, I understand that if you weren't the incredible Olympian that you've become, you were also interested in one point at being a teacher, yeah?
Oh, yes.
Is that true? All right, so
Yeah.
I'm thinking that we're gonna play Are You Smarter Than an Elementary Student?
Oh, God.
I don't know if it's a 5th grader technically, but someone much younger than I. So are we ready to play?
I think so.
Okay, let's bring in my incredible assistant, Rochelle, with her cute little ref. Hello.
Hi.
Hello, referee Rochelle.
Hello, ladies. Are you guys ready? So, the name of the game is Are You Smarter Than an Elementary Schooler? So the object is whoever gets the answer right. You want to buzz first.
Okay.
Are you guys ready?
I think so. Are you ready?
I think so.
How confident do you feel about
I'm not
this?
very confident. My daughter's in 1st grade, and like it's already this homework that we're getting. I'm like, what?
It's elementary schooler, so.
It's not.
He's like, you
just to
should know. Yeah.
reemphasize, If you don't know this, you are not smarter than an elementary schooler.
Your first question, language arts. Which of the following is a proper noun? A, mountain. B, Tuesday. C, ocean. D, president. All right, Zuri, what are you going with?
Right, proper.
Well,
I was focused on the word now. Jesus. Dang, that changes everything. Mountain?
Wrong.
Okay, I was wrong.
Allyson,
what
you want
were
to
the
go for a
others?
try? Okay, A, mountain. B, Tuesday. C, ocean. D, president. Which of the following is a proper noun?
The proper is throwing me.
I know.
One was Tuesday and one was president? Is that what it is?
Yes.
I was gonna go with ocean.
Wrong. So the proper answer is Tuesday.
The only one I have no intention of answering.
Specific names of days, months, and places are proper nouns and must always be capitalized. Proper nouns must be capitalized.
The more you know.
Okay, here we go. On the periodic table, what is the shorthand chemical symbol for the element gold? A, Gd, B, Go, C, Au, D, Ag. Okay,
Is it AU?
yes.
Okay.
1 point for Allison. All right, moving on. How many sides does a heptagon have?
Wait, did you say hep or
Heptagon.
Heptagon.
A, 6, B, 7, C, 8, D, 9.
Wait.
I don't even
Yes!
Shut up. How many numbers is that?
7. A hept is 7.
Hept is 7.
Third one for Allison. Social studies. In what year was the Declaration of Independence signed? A, 1492, B, 1776, C, 1787, D, 1812.
Go ahead.
No, you go.
No, you go.
You go. You got this.
No, you said you got it.
We'll tie.
Okay.
You know this.
So,
You know this.
Allison, go ahead.
1776. Yeah.
2 answers. All right. Which of these words is a conjunction? A, quickly. B, under. C, although. D, running.
Although.
Yes. You guys ready for science? Which layer of the Earth's atmosphere is where most weather events occur? A, stratosphere. B, mesosphere. C, troposphere. D, exosphere.
I think A, stratosphere. No! Isn't that the sky?
B.
Wrong. The answer is, ladies, troposphere, the lowest layer of the atmosphere.
I did not know that.
All right, moving on.
There's more. How many more?
What is the value of 5 to the third power? A, 15, B, 25, C, 75, D, 125. What's your answer?
125.
That's correct. Yay! Which of the 7 continents is the largest in terms of land area? A, Africa, B, North America, C, Asia, D, Antarctica. Yes.
Antarctica?
Africa?
Asia. For the last one, are you guys ready? Tiebreaker. What is alliteration? A, a comparison using like or as. B, the repetition of the same consonant sound at the beginning of words. C, a word that sounds like the noise it describes. Or D, giving human traits to an animal. Okay, Zuri.
You know too. B.
Yes, B is correct.
By the grace of God.
That was a great job, ladies.
Good job.
You guys were tied the
We
whole
do not
time.
need to go back to elementary school.
How about we pivot to something that I know you are going to be much better than I am at? Can we bake?
Let's bake.
Okay, let's bake. Okay, so we've got our spread.
Yes.
I thought we'd kick things off with a little bake or break. So basically, I'm going to give you an either or, and you pick the one that you like better, okay? Early mornings or late night resets?
Oh, late nights.
Late night? Like, how late are we talking? You night out?
Yeah, I'd rather go late. I'm definitely
wake up
not a
early.
morning person. Like, now that I have kids, I have to be, but I don't like it.
Wait, I love hearing that because as an athlete at the highest level, I just assume, oh, she has got to be up at the crack of dawn, like early riser and happy to do it.
No. Yeah.
No.
Thankfully, you know, my coach was always like in line with that.
Yeah.
Like, we'd much rather go later in the day. I mean, we still start in the morning, but not like swimmers that are like, you know, 4 a.m. That
Before the sun is even
never my
up.
jam. Yeah.
Ooh, no, I love hearing that. Okay, beach house or cabin in the mountains?
Beach house.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know, and we're on the coast. I mean, you're a
LA
California
girl. Yeah.
Exactly. Teaching kids or mentoring women founders? That's tough.
Oh, that is tough because I
can
love
tie.
both of those. But I would say like probably most relevant to my life right now is mentoring founders,
Incredible.
female founders. Yeah.
Okay, sweet treats or savory snacks?
Sweet treats.
What's your favorite sweet treat?
Oh my gosh, I love powdered sugar donuts.
Ooh, okay.
I mean, I could go on and on.
Yeah, well, I mean, we got a pound cake coming your way
Yeah.
in just a little bit here. Tennis match or a long walk?
I like both, but I'd say a tennis match.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Doing it all or asking for help?
I would try to do it all, but I'm in my ask for help era. So let me go with that because that's what I should be saying.
Same, and it is so hard when you're used to doing it all.
Yeah.
I mean, was that like a muscle you had to work?
I'm still in that trying to do it because I'm used to, just it'll be so much easier if I could just do it.
Like I'm in that era of learning, like, oh, some people, the same way I'm sure you like to show up for the people you care about and support when you can. Like there are people who want to do that for you and for us, and we should let
there's
them.
no badge for just trying to muscle through and doing it all yourself.
Suffer in silence. I'm tired. Help me out.
Yeah,
I will
it's
text
true.
you in a heartbeat. 911. Okay, so today we are making, you tell us.
Yeah, so today we're making a pound cake, and this is like when I go to a family function, they always ask me to bring the pound cake. So that's what we're doing.
And where did you get this recipe? Is this yours? Is it a family
No,
recipe?
this is one that just, came somewhere along from my family. I think it was my grandma's, but I don't know. So it's a recipe that was passed to me.
Really? Well, the last time I made a pound cake was with my grandma Ruth, who passed away a few years ago. So I'm so excited to make one with you. It has such sweet memories. Okay, how do we dive in?
Okay, so we first start with the butter, and we're going to beat the butter. So we have it softened already.
That was a lot.
I know. This is the thing about a pound cake that that's where it got the name from. A pound of butter, a pound of
Oh,
salt.
is that what it is?
So this is not the thing that's going to be good for you, but
Copy.
it's going to taste good. I believe it's a cup and a half.
Okay, cup and a half.
There we go. And you're going to want to beat it first.
And this is until it's like a light and fluffy, or what sort of consistency are we
So
in?
light and fluffy, and since it was already softened, it's pretty much there.
Perfect.
All right, and then from there, we're gonna go on to our sugar.
Okay.
And the thing about the sugar, so it's 3 cups.
That's a lot of sugar.
It's a lot of sugar.
I don't know that anyone would expect Allyson Felix to.
I know, you don't want to have this on the regular. This is like a special occasion. But you're going to want to put the sugar in about a half cup at a time.
Okay.
So you're going to put it in, and then you're going to mix it really well. So once it's nice and mixed, you're just gonna do about another half cup.
I'm curious to know the baking of it all. When did that first come into your life? Like as a hobby, what do you love most about this?
Yeah, I think it's just about slowing down, and around the holidays, I was always up under my grandma, my mom, like in the kitchen, helping them. And I was never like the chef, it was never food. That was like my thing. It was always the sweets. And it just kind of became tradition.
Okay. What's your go-to? Like pound cake is what you bring to the family. Is this your favorite dessert too? Or is that
It's
something?
not my favorite dessert. I don't know. Right now I love cookies, but I love baking with my daughter too. She's really into it. So around the holidays, we do a lot of cookies. We do cinnamon rolls. That's another one that I love to do.
Nice.
What else? Yeah, my husband loves my German chocolate cake. So
you do the German chocolate cake,
which is a whole ordeal. But
and that's how I know you know what you're talking about, because
It's a lot.
I won't even attempt a German chocolate cake.
it takes forever. I would say it's like a 2.5 hour, 3 hour process, and it's really the icing that is, a constant stirring, and it's a whole thing.
Okay,
It's a
little
project.
coconut flakes.
Yep.
So
We got
good,
some
so good.
pecans on the top. And,
All right. Okay. Well, next time, Not About Sports Part 2. I'm just trying to get some baked goods from Allyson.
need some
at this
time
point.
for that.
Okay. We'll set out an entire day with the cake.
So now we are going to stir in the vanilla
Okay.
and the lemon, teaspoon.
Teaspoon of vanilla. And how much?
We can just
Should
give
we
it a nice
freestyle?
little.
Can we just do what feels
Yeah,
good?
we know
Okay.
about it. You just squeeze that in. Let's give it. You
and
can
then-
put lemon rind, but it's not my favorite, so
okay.
I often leave that out. All right, and so next is going to be the eggs.
Okay.
Key with the eggs is you just do them one at a time. So
Okay.
you're gonna add one, and then you're gonna mix. And I like this cake because it is like pretty simple.
Right.
You can do it pretty quickly.
Now, the thing that I admire about baking, which is why I would never attempt it without your guidance, is it seems scientific. Like the measurements to get a cake to like rise or fall, like it's a very precise
Yeah.
art, in my opinion.
I agree. And I grew up like my grandma, her thing was a peach cobbler.
Oh.
And she would never use any measurements. She was always a pinch of this, a pinch of that. And I tried to follow her and write everything down, and I cannot get it right. And so,
honestly, a grandma's pinch is an actual measurement, like unit.
And then
But
to get
only
the
they know
peaches
it.
like that right, she would always taste it, and she's like, it's just a taste. She was like, but what actually is it?
Like define taste.
Yeah.
Grandma. I really need some direction here.
So it can be tricky.
And see, the thing about, like, I love baked goods. There's so many fruits in baked goods, and I have a fruit phobia.
Wait, what?
Girl, it freaks me out.
Really?
I have an irrational fear of fruit.
So do you not eat fruit?
I feel judged, Allison.
I'm just curious.
I thought it was
I haven't heard this
Everything's different now.
Very interesting.
My mom said one day I came down the stairs for breakfast at like 6, 7 years old. She put like some grapes down or an apple. And I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna eat that. She was like, I have 3 children and no energy, like fine.
Yeah.
And she just never gave me fruit again.
And
Because I didn't want it. I would eat it. You
so-
have like an irrational fear, a phobia, something that
So bees are my thing.
Bees. Why bees?
I was always deathly afraid of bees, and like since I was little, I had never even been stung by a bee. And then my irrational fear became real because I went on this trip to Africa. My brother was with me. We were in Rwanda, Uganda. We were actually in Uganda about to do gorilla trekking.
Incredible.
Yeah, but we didn't as soon as we got into the jungle, I heard this kind of noises like a huge buzzing, and it was a swarm of bees.
Oh no. And that's when you realized that you were
That's
gonna be
when
attacked.
I realized why I was scared of bees.
That is, wait,
It was
did you end
awful.
up being stung? Or
Yeah, we were
Oh,
attacked by the
no.
swarm. And it was an awful experience, and I was like, and that's why.
And
Yeah.
you were like, all roads led to this. I've been trying to tell you guys my whole life.
Yeah, so
So the fear is actually rational.
Yeah, so at
be
first
fair.
it wasn't, and now it is very much so.
Wait, how many bee stings are we talking? Like, what was the
I had
recovery?
over 70. I think my brother had over
Allison,
100.
are you serious?
Yeah, we got really sick. It was like, it turned into a whole thing.
Jeez.
Yeah, it was, I still can't even believe that happened. And it was like day 1 in Uganda, and yeah.
Wait, so were you just like on bed rest? Like, in all seriousness, because 70 bees that's crazy.
It took about a week of recovery. Yeah, it was a lot.
Oh my God. And so wait, now, after that very traumatic experience, quite frankly, how do you pull up to the function in the summer? Like, what do you?
You'll see me running. If there's a bee, I'll usually be taking off. Yeah.
Well, Allyson Felix versus the bee, I think you win every time.
That'll be my motivation for sure.
Okay, got it. Okay, well, no bees here in the home
We're
today.
safe.
We're good.
Paper
All
towel.
right, we've got our eggs, our butter, and our sugar.
Okay.
What
so
is
I think
next?
We're going to dry ingredients now. I'm not
Okay.
sure.
Yep, flour
Yep.
mix.
Okay. You can just put all of our dry ingredients here. So we've got flour.
Okay. Half a teaspoon of baking powder. Oh, there's a little salt.
A little shaker.
And there is a
We can just do it.
just do that.
We can do a little dash. Okay, so as you add this, you're going to do it just a little bit at a time. And then you're going to alternate it with the evaporated milk and just put a
do it now?
splash. That's good.
Chaos.
Okay, and then you're just gonna give that a good mix.
Okay.
And kind of just like we did earlier with the sugar, you just gotta do it like a little bit at a time.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's starting to come together.
I'm also realizing why they call it butter yellow for the first time. Obviously, I don't think.
This is probably not the right tool, but we're gonna make it work.
There you go.
Okay, so let's add a little bit more.
Okay.
Got our dry ingredients. And then you can add some of that.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, so while we're mixing,
Yeah.
take me back to sort of like the early days. You are the PK and the TK. You get preacher's kid and a teacher's kid?
Yeah, this
Tell
is
me
true.
about your parents.
Yeah, so my dad is a pastor, and my mom is an elementary school teacher.
Okay.
And so I grew up in the church, a lot of church, like Sundays and Wednesdays and all of the days.
All the days.
Yeah, but it was a great foundation. You know, I really enjoyed my childhood and had people who just cared about me so much and poured into me, and then grew up in my mom's classroom and helping her, and I would love grading papers and, you know, just helping her. And just both people of service, and they,
Wait, so helping your mom grade the papers. I love that. Were you ever like, oh my God, these kids, what are we doing?
It was always so much fun. You know, I have the answer key. And so it was just like, you know, she gave me the easy stuff.
Did you ever like help a kid out and just be like,
I loved like putting the different like the smiley face, you know, I was little, so.
You just brighten their day.
Yeah, it was like,
it's like you failed this test, but here's
but I'm gonna give you a pretty picture with it.
Here's a couple of stars.
Yeah.
Okay, so at one point, didn't that mean you were interested in becoming a teacher yourself, right?
Yeah, I still, you know, I love kids and I love education, and so I studied elementary education in college.
Really?
And, for a long time I thought maybe I would end up in the classroom, and of course my life took a different path. But I still, you know, at USC I sit on the board of the School of Education there, and I love anytime I get to go into the classroom and my daughter's classroom, or it's still like a passion of my heart for sure.
I love that. You know, growing up as a preacher's kid, especially, I have friends who they all call each other PKs, right? Do you say PKs? Okay.
PK,
What was the maybe most challenging thing about growing up as a preacher's kid, and then also the most rewarding?
I think the most challenging thing is just feeling like you're in a fishbowl, and you know, everyone is like expecting you to be this perfect example, and like no one's perfect. Like you're a human.
And you're young, you're still figuring out life.
Yeah, exactly. And so I think just feeling like you couldn't make a mistake, and just working my way through that. But the most rewarding part, I would say, was watching my dad and my mom like pour into people and seeing the impact of that. And that was really powerful for me to see, like just how selfless they were and how caring, and then to see the response of so many people. I mean, to this day, people will stop me and be like, you know, I went to your dad's church, or I was in your mom's 3rd grade class, and they remember that. And it's something really special about that.
Absolutely, that's so beautiful. Wait, how are we doing on the?
I think we're good.
We're good?
It's looking good.
What do we do? We just dump it?
I think we're good now. Yep.
That's it?
Yeah.
All
we
right.
greased our pan already.
We have.
So
okay.
we are looking good.
Got my little copper cake pan here. How can I help? Probably by staying out of the way.
And then do you want to pour it in?
Okay. Is there any technique to the cake pour? Just don't.
No, once you get it in, then we'll kind of shift it around.
Okay.
We'll make sure it looks pretty.
Got it. So growing up with your parents is such an incredible example. Where would you say that set the tone for that sort of commitment to excellence and high achievement early on?
Yeah, I think it showed me what hard work looks like. You know, their work ethic was really, you know, next level, and also just what they believed in and purpose and impact. Those were things that I learned at a really young age and really stuck with me.
Wow. What is your favorite scripture?
Oh, I love Philippians 1:21, for me to live as Christ and to die as gain. And to me, it's just all about perspective. And it's one that I really try to live by.
Yeah. This batter
is a little thick.
It's like, I live in this bowl and I'm not coming out.
Let me help you with that.
Thank you. Oh, there we go. Oh, I'm the problem.
No, you're not. It definitely is a thick batter.
So like, even with that, do you eyeball it? Like, would you be, you know, in another situation like, oh, let me add a little bit more?
I'm not to the like pinch and eyeball. Like I'm kind of about the exact measurements. Okay. You know, I try to keep it there.
Yeah.
One day, maybe I'll be on that grandma level. You just kind of get it in there so that it's gonna be nice and even.
That just teleported me back to my grandma's kitchen. Something about seeing that shape. Mm-hmm. Okay, so then we set the oven. We already preheat it for 325.
Yeah, 325, and are we good to go?
All right, Here we go.
Maybe put out the one lower. Yeah.
All right, while this bakes, let's continue our conversation on the couch.
All right.
Before I cause any more damage. I'm just gonna step away.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
All right, while our cake bakes, we are gonna start off with grading this, okay? So I've got these cute little chalkboards.
Okay.
You give it an A, B, C, D. There is no E in grading, right? F. No. Also, let's talk about that. Why is there no E?
No, that's weird. I don't know.
They skipped it.
One of those things.
Like justice for E. Not cool. Not cool. We can throw in pluses. We can throw in minuses. First up, work-life balance culture. How do we? Ooh, that alone says it all.
So this is how we just feel about it in general?
Yeah, just in general, like where are we as a society when it comes to work-life balance culture? Actually, I just want to know how you feel.
Okay.
C.
I'm gonna C. Yeah.
Why C?
Because I feel like we can always do better, you know, and yeah, I think we have to prioritize it. And I don't like balance, like the work, like I feel like it's impossible.
Yeah.
So I always say like trying to have them in harmony.
In harmony, I like that. Balance feels like an unfair or unrealistic expectation. And then we as women especially, if it doesn't feel balanced and equally divided.
You don't want to feel like you're always failing you know,
Yeah.
at this thing you're trying to achieve. So I always feel like, yeah, you have to be really intentional about it.
Totally. Okay. C for that. Next up, women's sports media coverage.
Women's sports media coverage. Okay.
B. All right, that's solid. I
Yeah.
feel like it's been
It's
picking
better.
up.
It's better. I mean, I think we've come from, you know, it not being great at all. But now I feel like, you know, people are paying attention to women's sports. It's exciting. They're following the storyline. So we're improving.
What's your favorite sport to watch? Is it track and field? Is it another sport?
No, I mean, basketball is my first love. And so
Okay.
I've always been, you know, the biggest basketball fan. So yeah, I've been,
All right.
into that.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah.
Who are we rooting for outside of the obvious?
Yeah, I mean, gosh, there's so many.
But
I mean, I've loved,
storylines, like just women in particular.
I love what Asia's doing. Angel, NECA. I mean, I'm so proud of NECA, like just with the whole agreement that she led and her leadership.
Yes.
Yeah, across the, like, just women's basketball is like, it's
Crushing
thriving.
it,
Yeah.
crushing it. I feel like there are more stories, quite frankly, coming out of women's basketball right now, and there's so much change and movement. It's really making it even more interesting to watch on the court because of all of the progress being made off the court too.
Of course, and I think people are starting to understand that there are rich storylines that are away from just the field of play and just like any other sport. And so we're just paying attention now.
Exactly. Okay, I love it. Get to B. We love that progress. Let's see. Maternity support in workplaces. Oh, we're gonna talk about this. C. C.
Yeah, we can definitely do more support there for sure. I feel like the conversation is being had, but everything from, you know, leave for all families, you know, that's not there. How are we showing up for women postpartum? You know, what resources are being offered? Even what does maternity leave look like all around? So I think there's a lot that can be done.
Yeah. Okay. Let's go a little lighter. My baking skills.
Ooh, your baking skills. I think I'm gonna
Drag
give you.
me for filth, Allyson. A B plus? Oh,
you did your thing. Yeah.
really? Thank you.
I gave you a little room to, you know, be able to improve.
Thank you. Thank you. Just set the
But
bar.
for someone who doesn't bake, you could have fooled
I
me.
appreciate that. Wait, can I get the little smiley face you used to give the kids
right. I have to.
in the exam? Okay,
There we
perfect.
go.
There we go. I'll take it. I want to keep that now. I'm going to frame it as I work towards bettering my baking skills. Okay, last but not least, true crime. True crime series. A little birdie told me you might be into the true crime.
Oh, I am. So just in general?
Just in
I
general.
mean-
Just like the genre of those.
I mean,
Not the first A plus of the game.
yes, we're with it.
What is like the one that's had you hooked lately? Like, is there one you watched
You know
recently?
what? Now, okay, so this is how far my true crime has come. I like just the little YouTube clips of the body cam footage of people like narrating and following along to real like cases and
Oh, Allison's on the case. You.
so yeah, I'm on that.
I'm not mad at it. I remember watching. Did you ever watch The Night Stalker? I think it was called. Remember that one?
Yeah.
And he was like in the valley.
I know, that was a little close, yeah.
to home. I don't even not to blow up my spot, but like, and I would be sleeping with my doors open, like dumb things. I don't anymore, so don't even try it. Okay.
We could,
First of all, and secondly, but that one shook me.
No, there's a lot of ones that are just like, wow, this is happening all around us.
Right,
Yeah.
right. Is there one true crime story that particularly stands out to you? The Murdoch murders were wild to me.
That one, I feel like recently it's been, profiled a lot. That's, And then all the like classic, you know, ones, whether, what was his name? Wayne Gacy. Yeah.
Wayne Casey.
Yeah, Gacy. Yeah.
Wayne Gacy. Okay. Wait,
That's one that's like.
Remind me of the Wayne Gacy. I know the
He
name,
had
but I can't remember
bodies under his house, and it was a whole thing. So yeah, I follow them all.
It's a passion of mine. Have you seen like the memes, like the women who like cuddle up, myself included, on the couch, pour the glass of wine, and then it's like, and then they locked her in the basement, and it's
My
like me
husband-
unwinding.
Yeah, my husband is like, he'll hear the like noise of what I'm watching, and he's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like,
Right.
"I'm just trying to unwind," you know.
Like, and this
been a
is
long
what you
day.
choose
I know.
to unwind. It's a healthy reminder of like, it could be worse.
You know?
That is dark humor. I'm probably. I know this is not about sports, but we can't not talk about it for just a second here. You have accomplished so much. I mean, when you think about the fact, you know, the most decorated track and field Olympian of all time,
You are the American record holder.
the recent inductee into the Hall of Fame just last year, 2025. Congratulations.
Thank you.
What do you attribute, if you had to sort of like narrow it down to one innate trait and then one thing that you really cultivated over time? What two things have led you to where you are today?
Yeah, I mean, I think really the perseverance is a piece that I feel like, you know, is just inside of me.
Yeah.
You know, when something kind of gets in my way, it's just, it doesn't stop me. It's just kind of like, okay, what's the workaround? Like, how are we going to keep going? And then I feel like I've really had to cultivate like just the big picture, like seeing the big picture and being patient and understanding that, like, you know, this is a process and it's going to take a lot to get there.
Right. When you think about sort of your parents, especially raising you in the way that they did and how that rubbed off on you, were they the types of parents who were like, you made this commitment, go for it? Or did they let you kind of be flexible as you experimented with which direction you wanted to go?
As long as, if I committed to something, I would have to finish it. That was like a non-negotiable. Yeah, you sign up, you're doing it. But they weren't sports parents. So
Okay.
they had no background in it. And so that part was great because they weren't trying to coach me, or they just supported me. They just showed up, and, you know, they were just parents.
Wait, did that trickle into the, if you put it on your plate, you got to finish it?
I feel like that was a thing, but not as much, thankfully.
Okay.
Yeah,
They were
they didn't go as
flexible.
hard with that one.
Okay, got it. And you weren't like boycotting fruit, so they didn't have much trouble with you
No,
at the breakfast
probably
table.
other things. Yeah, eggs and like milk were things that, like, I know.
Those are like
I know.
crucial to growth as children, no?
I made it. I
Says
mean,
the person who doesn't eat fruit. I'm not judging you at all.
we both
It's still
do
a safe
better.
space. I know. So wait, why no eggs, no milk?
I just never cared for them.
Still?
Yeah, still.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know. It's just ever since I was little, and then I just kept on.
You've got to bake it away. It can only go in
If
the
it's in a
bowl.
cake, then I'm good.
Okay. Well, maybe I need to start eating my fruit in the cakes. I need to open
You
up
got your
my mind.
smoothies, so
You know,
you're good.
exactly.
You're
Thank
good.
you. So, you know, having entered into this next chapter of your life, you know, I've interviewed you over the years. I remember interviewing you even when you launched Sage, and that was such an incredible thing to witness, particularly watching you achieve such greatness in your sport, and then to also pivot into these incredible entrepreneurial pursuits and really like succeed at the highest level. I'm curious about transitions, right?
Yeah.
I think a lot of millennial women, especially, we're looking up, we're in our mid to late 30s, early 40s, mid 40s, and we're saying, either for no fault of our own or for whatever reason, we found ourselves in a new chapter that we didn't sign up for, or we're looking up and saying, I want more, or something's missing.
Yeah.
And we're sort of in flux, myself included. I'm in a really exciting exploratory chapter of my life. What has that been like for you, navigating the transition from competing to, you know, post-competition?
Yeah, I mean, at the beginning, it was really hard in a way that I didn't quite imagine. You know, I had heard it was hard, and I thought it was more about like work, you know, what is your next thing? But I had those things, I had prepared, but it was really hard in an emotional way, you know, a loss of something that I love for 20 years, you know, and something that I got to do every single day. And it's kind of strange when you do have a transition or a pivot away from something you love, and it keeps going on without you. And so I had to really like do identity work and just, you know, figure out, who am I away from sports? And I felt like it was a really healing process. And then I was able to really pour myself into new passions and really learn more about what I enjoy and things that I want to push forward.
Yeah, I mean, that is kind of the most exciting part to me. Like my identity, are you familiar with the Enneagram at all? The Enneagram personality test. A lot of churches use it actually, but it's not a particularly faith-based program. It's just a personality test. And I am a 3-wing 2. So the type 3 is the overachiever, very ambitious, right? I would imagine you could relate. The wing 2 is the giver, so generous, etc. 4 is individual, etc. I'll send you the quiz. You should take it. It's interesting. But the thing that I learned about type 3s is our identity is so intertwined with what we accomplish and what we do. And people for years would ask me, well, who are you when you're not doing this? And who are you, period? And I'm like, I'm me, Zuri, the TV host. Like, I don't know, like that's who I am. And as I started to sit with the question as I got older, I understood what they meant for the first time, because finally I had some like clarity around the fact that like I am not what I do. There's more to be. And then I went on this journey of self-discovery of like, who am I? How do I answer that question? What did you discover about yourself on that journey of who is Allyson when she's not on the track?
Yeah, I mean, I so relate to that, because what I learned is that for so long, I had really tied in my identity and my results to my worth. And I had to break that all down. And so, you know, I learned that, you know, I have a whole lot of different roles, and really the roles away from my work are the ones that mean the most to me. And so being a mother, being a daughter, being a wife, being a friend, like that's what lights me up. And I love to show up in that way. And my interests and my passions, I like to care for people, and I like to help people. And now I really get to explore and exercise those things in a different way.
What did you learn about yourself that surprised you?
That surprised me. I think just my strength away from my work, you know, that I am capable. I think, you know, sometimes I would feel like imposter syndrome moving into new spaces, and just that I can do these things. Yes, I'm in a new space and I'm learning a lot. It's totally different, but the skills that I had before, the skills that took me to the heights of one career, that they are transferable. Like they are still relevant today. They might be called different things, but I can still use them, and I'm still me. And so just remembering that, and I have to constantly like remind myself, like I belong, I'm here, I have a seat at the table because I deserve it.
Amen. Talking about like the skills being transferable, I relate to that so much, because even this concept of ambition, right? Like I've always been so ambitious. You have to be extremely ambitious to get where you've gotten in your life and in your career. And yet speaking of transitions, I find myself in this era of like, okay, I want to be a mother and a wife, and I'm excited for those things. And traditionally, I think we were often told by society, oh, that means to throw away your ambition. And then something switched to me, and I was like, no, actually, I'm curious to know what my ambition shows up as in the home space and in these more domestic spaces too. You don't have to choose one, and it is arguably the most ambitious thing to be like, you know what I'm gonna do? Have a bunch of kids and still be doing the things that I wanna do. I can't think of a more ambitious goal.
No, absolutely. I mean, it gives you a new motivation. And I think that, you know, we don't accept that, you know? I think more and more women are challenging that and saying like, no, I absolutely will continue to do the stuff that I love, and I'm gonna show my children as well. And that's something that I love. Like when my daughter is asking, you know, you're going to work, where are you going, what are you doing? And I get to show her and tell her, you know, about the things I'm doing, and that if you want to, you know, if you want to reach these certain goals, that, you know, you have to show up. And so it's neat to be able to be pushed in a new way.
And your daughter is Cameron, right? At what age or what moment did she realize, holy crap, mom's a rock star? Like, when did it hit her?
You know what? I feel like she does not really realize what I do. I mean, there were a couple moments where she kind of pulled me to the side and she's like, why does everybody want to take a picture with you?
Oh, not like that. The energy behind that, a kid will keep you humble.
completely. So she'll realize like these moments, like random moments when we're out or something like that will happen. But at the end of the day, you know, she's more concerned like, Mom, do you have my snack? Like, you know, are you gonna be at my game? Like, you know, the mom thing. So
when you think about all of these incredible memories and moments you have to pull from, especially from all of the Olympics that you've competed, like that's wild to think about the stories you will eventually share with your children. What do you cherish most out of all that you've accomplished at the games?
I mean, definitely having contributed to changing the maternal, I guess the maternal policies for female athletes and the contract security that we have now. And even thinking about my daughter and, you know, coming back to compete after I had her. And, you know, I've shared with her that like on a level that she can understand. And that's what I'm most proud of, you know, that I can see now women today where like pregnancy is they can have children at the peak of their careers. And it's just about having that choice, not that that's going to be everyone's choice, but just the ability to say like, if I want to do this, I can do it now. I'll be supported. I can come back. I can have some of my best performances. To me, that is what it's all about.
I think what really stands out to me in this moment is I ask about Olympics and the thing you're most proud of. And I didn't hear the word medal once.
Oh yeah.
And Lord knows you got a lot of them. I mean, that is so fascinating. Would you say that and of course, I would imagine that is an extremely proud feeling that you have. But is it safe to say that it is sort of the accomplishments advocating for and supporting and paving the way for other women, other athletes, so that they can hold space for both of these things that gives you more pride, or is it just a different type?
I mean, absolutely. To me, that tops it all.
Wow.
You know, because I know what it is to have such a challenging time, and I know the women who came before me, and this has been a really hard thing. And so when I look back and I think, wow, someone is not gonna have to go through what I did, that is like the biggest reward I can get. And yeah, I'm really proud of, you know, all of the medals and the athletic achievements. That's great. And for a long time, that really is what motivated me. And then there was a huge shift in my life. And I feel like it was so much more about purpose and understanding, you know, the power of my own voice and really growing into that. And now it pales in comparison, you know, being able to do these other things.
Getting into that, like those shifts, the changes in your life, right? You and your husband, Kenneth, have been married about 8 years now, and you have 2 beautiful children. You've been very transparent about your journey to motherhood and the way that really affected or informed your purpose. Tell me about that, about your first birth delivery experience and how that sort of paved the way to the advocacy and work you do now.
My first pregnancy, you know, I thought it was a great pregnancy. I knew that I wanted to return to sport, so I was working out. I felt strong, and I went to the doctor for just a routine appointment at 32 weeks, and I knew right away something was wrong. I was monitored for a really long time, and then I was sent, you know, into the hospital. Eventually I was admitted, and finally they told me I had a severe case of preeclampsia. And at that point, you know, in my mind, I had like this perfect birth scenario. You know, I'm gonna be in the birthing suite. I'm gonna have a natural birth, like all these things. And it just all fell apart. And I found out that I was very sick and that my baby was very sick. And everything just kind of spiraled from that point. And, you know, it was 2 months before I was supposed to deliver. And I was eventually rushed in for an emergency C-section. And, you know, thankfully, myself, my daughter, we survived that, but it was really scary. And my daughter spent a month in the NICU, and we really struggled. I still struggled with the preeclampsia. And she was, you know, she was so small and needed to grow and all of the things. And so that experience just shifted everything in me. You know, I wasn't aware of the crisis that women of color face, you know, trying to give birth. I think I knew some statistics, but experience it firsthand, it really just shook my world. And I felt so grateful that we were all able to leave the hospital eventually together. But it made me just have a heart for maternal health and for families who struggle and just for fertility in general as well.
Yeah, that is such an important conversation. It's one that a lot of my friends and I are having as we, move into these next chapters. I have friends who have children, who struggled in pregnancy and delivery, who were just afraid and or are currently afraid when we look at the numbers, especially when it comes to being a Black woman navigating a maternal health journey. And the fact that sometimes in these hospitals and in these rooms, even when we're saying something's wrong, I know myself, I know my body, we're not always heard. And that can be literally life or death. And we've seen situations where it's meant life or death to be heard by our, the people who are supposed to be advocating for and protecting us and supporting us in that journey. What would your message be to women, period, but Black women especially, about our bodies, our rights, and our maternal health journeys?
I think first we have to be aware, it's unfortunate, but we are at risk, and because of that, we have to advocate for ourselves. And so when you are birthing, you need to have someone else with you, someone who in that case can be able to speak up for you. I would highly encourage having a doula, having a midwife. Understanding what can go wrong and being able to have a plan just in case. And, when I had my son, I had a completely different experience, but it's because I made sure that I had a Black doctor, a Black doula, a Black midwife. I knew, that I was at risk. I knew what could happen, but I had a team of people, a team of support around me. So just in case, I was ready.
And what did that birthing experience feel like with your son because of the lessons you learned, the intentionality that you were able to apply to that experience? Like what emotions through that
gosh. I felt so empowered, I had the birth that I had wanted. I had a natural, unmedicated birth, and I felt so proud of myself.
Unmedicated? I was like, wait, what? How did it feel? I love the idea of it. I am scared, I'm not gonna lie.
I mean, it's probably a whole nother conversation, but I think it's really about reframing the way that we think about birth. Everyone always tells us about these horror stories, but I had a beautiful birth, and it was hard, it was challenging, but I had the support, I prepared, and I had my husband by my side, and it was this beautiful experience to bring this child into the world and look up at the team of people around me that helped me get him here. And it was just like a relief also, because I knew, when I had my daughter, I almost died. And so now to sit here and to see how far I'd come, it was just so special.
You and your husband renewed your vows a few years back. It was such a beautiful ceremony. What prompted that? And how special was it to have your daughter there too?
Yeah, it was very special. When we first got married, we didn't have the whole big wedding and everything. So we wanted our families to be able to come together and celebrate. And it was really cool also to have our daughter a part of the process. But yeah, just a lot of fun.
That seems really sweet. When you think about your journey with your husband through the years, you said in the Hall of Fame induction speech that he'd always made you feel seen. And I think that's so beautiful, and that really stuck with me because I think that's what we're all trying to find, right? In partnership and friendship, and when we step outside to see and be seen. What does it mean to you to see and be seen? How do you show up for a partner? Seeing them, and what does it mean to feel that?
I think it's, deeply knowing the person and knowing how to support them and how to love them and how to let them shine as well. I think my husband does an incredible job. He just always wants me to have the light, and it's very much so in the background, and but fiercely supports me and shows up for me and our family as well. And we always look at everything as like a team effort, whether it's my dreams or his or our kids, showing up for everybody and knowing that in order for any of us to succeed, it's going to be, together.
Yeah, I love hearing that it takes a level of confidence and security in a man and a woman, in a partner, period, to be like, shine, always, all the time. And speaking of my own experience, right, it's dating. We're good now. It's been a long journey, Allyson. But sometimes it would be like that very light that someone would be attracted to they eventually felt in the shadow of it. And I think it's so beautiful when you have a partner who is like, no, shine brighter, and how can I feed your life? And you feed theirs. It's reciprocal, right?
Yeah. You want to make each other better.
Right.
And I think you can never lose sight of that, and that you are on the same team. Like at the end of the day, you know, this is about, you know, a partnership.
Absolutely. Absolutely. What does it look like when y'all are just downtime, family vibing?
Yeah.
Like, what do you guys do to kind of like unwind?
We love to just be at the house, to be outside with the kids. Like, we love family walks. That's like one of the highlights at the end of the day. Take our little walk around the neighborhood. Yeah, going to the park, really just not doing too much, just watching the kids, you know, they do their thing and we can sit back and watch them.
Does their thing, are we showing hints of athleticism perhaps with the older one
There's
yet?
a lot of athleticism.
Wait, how old is the youngest now? Is he pretty young?
My son, he'll be 2
2,
tomorrow.
okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's old enough to have some hand-eye coordination.
But see, he's jumping off of things,
Lord,
and you know, it's not in any organized fashion yet.
Chaos, beautiful chaos.
Beautiful chaos is, a great way to describe it. But they also enjoy each other and playing, which I was always nervous about because they do have like they're 5 years apart. But it's very sweet, like, to see them together.
Okay, got it. I want to circle back to, we were talking about the advocacy work that you've done, and I remember you won't remember this, but we were on a flight to France. This was ahead of the Paris Games. And I said hi really quick. It was like, hi, good to see you, right? And that was also the first games that you hadn't competed in since 2000, right? But what was so impressive and incredible is you were going to the games and creating the space that you wanted to see, right?
Yeah.
Tell the people what I know and am so in awe of.
Yeah, I was able to bring a nursery to the Olympic Village, and that was incredible. It was something when I joined as on the Athletes Commission for the IOC, it was like at the top of my list. But I thought it was something that was going to take, you know, years and years to be able to get it through. And I was really surprised that everyone was really supportive of it, and we were able to make it happen.
Yeah, there's on the flight back, I have wanted to tell you this for years. So there's a very, very extremely famous person. I want to be specific. Pop star, like maybe, who I was on the flight back from France. I covered the games, came back, and I had braids in at the time. I don't think we look dissimilar. Like, I think from a distance, and you had braids at the time too. We had like the same braids that summer, right? And we landed from this flight from Paris to LA. And when we touched down, we're like coming out of the cabin and we're waiting for the doors to go out. And this world famous pop star, I was like, oh, that's so-and-so. Like, I interview her all the time. She's lovely, she's great. She goes up to me and she's got like the shades on and just giving like superstar. She goes, hey, I'm a big fan of your work. And I was like, oh. It was like Access Hollywood, like what you trying to do? You know, and like all props to my show. I love my show, American Ninja Warrior, perhaps. But I was like, I feel like I don't know if I'm who she thinks that I am. And so I was like, who does she think I am? Who does she think I am? Does she think I'm sorry? Which one? And she was like, yeah, what you do is so impressive. Da, da, da. I'm like, okay, we're on flights. We got a lot of Olympians. We got a lot of athletes. Who am I? And then she was like, I'm such and such. Right? I don't want to blow up her spot. I should have made you guess. And she goes, I'm so-and-so. And I was like, hey, nice to meet you. And I was like, oh, she definitely thinks I'm somebody else. Because I interviewed her like 2 months ago, right? Like, I interview her all the time. And then I was like, who does she think I am? And then I was like, Allyson Felix, maybe? She was like, what you've done. Like, it was just, I was like, I've done some things in my life, but I don't think I've done what this woman thinks I'm doing. And she was very much speaking in the terms of like sport and Olympics. It was just giving that energy, right? We were all coming out of the games. And so I was like, thank you so much. I'll try to keep it up.
I love it. I didn't know how to,
well.
My best friend was on the flight with me. I was like, girl, I think she thinks I'm Allyson Felix. I don't want to break it to her. I don't know what to do. I don't know.
That is funny.
But I can't confirm or deny. That was my theory.
It could have just been you.
She could have just loved American Ninja Warrior.
Exactly.
You know, thank you.
Yeah,
That's what my best friend said.
Take your
I
flowers.
received that.
Okay.
Y'all are gracious.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure she's Zuri Felix, but we'll take it. Anyways, when you think about sort of those chapters of your life, your teammates, are there any women in particular that you keep in touch with still?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Some of my closest friends are the friends that I met through track and field. One of my best friends, Joanna Hayes, she's coaching now. She's a gold medalist, and now she coaches at UCLA. Virginia Crawford, just all the people that I trained with mainly, like we're very close and go through life together.
There's a lot of talk around Sydney McLaughlin LeBron also. What was it like getting to know her? Anything that folks would be surprised to know about Sydney, or maybe that you were surprised to learn about her?
I don't know if anything that, other people would know, but everybody knows this, but she's just a next level talent, and getting to see that up close and, through the years, I guess it's just really no surprise when you see what she's doing, because I don't think I've ever seen someone quite that talented.
And I believe you're both women of faith, right? In public about that. When you think about your faith and the journey that you've been on, was there ever a time when your faith was tested?
Plenty of times, of course. I think, all through my athletic career, dealing with just injuries or just moments where it feels like, you're at a hump and not getting over it, and then especially even, later in life, as I've dealt with, the issues with my daughter and preeclampsia. My son was an IVF baby, and so, challenges around that, I feel like constantly, like every single person is going to have hardship, and it's, I've had to rely on my faith, and it's also been tested for sure.
Yeah, the IVF journey is something that I've been really open about. Freezing my eggs, I've done that process 4 times.
Okay.
Looking at 38, and wild to think that all of my pregnancies, God willing, will be geriatric pregnancies. I'm like, can we rebrand?
Yeah, let's,
by the way,
mature.
Right, it's just
know,
something a little more
different.
chic, you know. But I think it's really important to be transparent and open about those things. And so I love when women like yourself are like, yes, that was my process for this pregnancy. What words of wisdom would you share to women who might be considering or on that journey, the IVF journey?
I think just not to get discouraged. I mean, it is a lot, and it's a whole ordeal, like it's a process, but the end is so rewarding. And, just get the support that you need. And I think the more that we have the conversation and the younger that we have the conversation, it can be so much easier. I wish I would have froze my eggs, years and years and years ago. And then it would have been less challenging. And so I think as long as we're educating and really being transparent about how it is, I think it's helpful for other women.
Absolutely. Another incredible woman who you're also a soror with, AKA Kamala Harris, now Vice President. What would you say about the sorority experience that especially sets up or empowers women of color when it comes to success and future endeavors?
I mean, it's such a sweet sisterhood, and coming into it later in life, it's just this refreshing thing. Like everywhere I travel to, my sorors will be there. They'll have gifts for me. You just feel like there's a piece of home. And I think being able to have that support, even if it's someone you don't know, it's like someone's in your corner and someone's cheering you along, and just the amazing work that's being done as well. That's something that inspires me.
If someone were to play you in a biopic, who would it be? What celebrity? Or not, maybe it's an up and coming actress that we aren't as familiar with.
I'm fans of so many people, but maybe Journey Smollett.
She is so talented.
I love her, and I feel like she's amazing. So maybe someone like that.
Okay, we'll take journey. What would you hope people understand about you after watching the biopic? What is something, even after watching this episode of Not About Sports, that you hope people understand or learn about Allyson Felix that you aren't sure they do?
Yeah, maybe just the journey away from sports. Like, I think that's been the biggest thing. It can seem like, my life is just about medals and all of that, but I think, what gives me most joy is all the things away from it, that I'm a business owner, I'm a founder, I'm a mom, just kind of the things that I love away from just the track.
All of it. And Seish,
Yeah.
I remember when you launched.
Yeah.
It was such an exciting time. That would have been how many years ago now?
Almost 6 years ago.
Because I thought it was like 2020-ish.
Yeah.
Juggling Seish, also Always Alpha.
Yeah.
Talk to me a little bit about the entrepreneurial world that you exist in now, in addition to being this incredible wife and mother.
Yeah, I love being a founder. I've learned so much, but bringing something into the world that you feel like needs to exist. And that's how Seish came about, because shoes weren't being made for women. And so bringing that, and now with Always Alpha, our management firm that only focuses on women, and particularly women in sports, has been incredible, just to say, okay, we want to show up in a different way for women. And so it's challenging me in new ways. I think it's stretching me, but it's a process that I love.
Yeah. What's been the most challenging thing of just the entrepreneur's journey, and the most rewarding thing?
The most challenging thing, I think, has been raising money.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I mean, being a woman, being a founder of color, there are so many hurdles with that, and just the amount of venture money that goes to us is like less than 2%.
Wow.
So that has been very challenging, and just getting out there, the awareness. And the most rewarding is probably, I remember the first time I was in the airport, and I'm always looking at what people have on their feet, and someone was wearing our shoes, and I was like, for the first time, seeing like someone I didn't know. I seen like my mom,
right? The Friends family.
Yes, but it was incredible. And then this woman came up to me, and she had her own story, and just the connection, and it was just such a beautiful experience. So that was a highlight.
And I didn't realize men and women have different feet. What a concept, right?
Yeah.
But share a little bit about that, because we were talking earlier, and like what Seish allows or does is really caters to who we are and how we're made in a way that traditionally the shoe industry hasn't.
Yeah, they haven't. Yeah, men's and women's bodies are obviously very different, and our feet are the foundation of that. So everything from our forefoot being wider, our heel being more narrow, even the weight, like the way that the cushion is distributed, it's all around the average weight of a man. And so our shoes are completely designed to fit the form of the female foot. And when you wear shoes that are made for your foot, you have less issues like back pain, knees, all of those things that they're only now starting to do research. And there's a correlation between, we're not wearing the right shoes. So it's so much fun to show up in that way. And then also to do things differently. We have a policy that if your shoe, I don't know if you know this, but when you become pregnant, your feet can actually grow.
Wait, so that's a real thing?
And they don't go back.
Oh,
all the time.
I was not told about this.
I know, I don't want to scare you too much, but
fascinating.
So at our company, if that happens to you, we'll give you your new size, and just another way to see what.
Yeah, that's incredible. So you can swap it out. Do I have to turn in?
No, you don't have to turn it.
Oh, I just get a new pair.
We just give you your new pair. Yeah.
Well, you know what?
Yeah.
Allyson out here changing lives in a lot of significant ways. I never even thought about the fact that I might.
No one told me either. I was like, wait, what?
Did yours grow?
They did. Half size.
From what size to what size?
Yeah, from like a 9 to a 9.5.
Okay, welcome to I'm 9.5, so I guess I'll start prepping for a 10.
Maybe it won't happen, but just be ready.
I'm ready. I've been warned. Yeah. To wrap things up, we've talked about balance. You don't believe in sort of the word balance so much as what?
Yeah, harmony. You know, I think every day is different. Some days I'm thriving at work. I come home and I feel like I'm failing. And other days it's the reverse. And I think it's just being okay. Being intentional about showing up and being present, and still doing all the things that make me feel alive.
I love that. Allyson, thank you for hanging out. I feel like we need to go check on our cake. Is the cake being flown in? TV magic, guys. TV magic. Okay, this is the moment of truth.
Okay.
Da-da-da-da.
Our cake.
Da-da-da-da-da-da.
It looks good.
It does. This is definitely the cake we just made, and not a cake that was made last night in preparation. Okay. All right. Who's gonna taste test first? Oh, not that giggle. That was her saying Zuri could eat this, but I want no part
I will
of it.
definitely have cake
That
with
is
you.
but
It looks good.
it does.
Right?
Yeah, we gotta. Oh Lord.
Nice cut.
Oh, was it? Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, ready?
Right, now
This is the moment of truth.
Uh-oh. It's good.
Is it good?
It's good. That's pound cake.
It is pound cake. It's good.
Yeah, it's light, it's fluffy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Wait, it tastes like pound cake. Thank you for spending time with me today.
Thank you.
Thanks
So
for
much
the
fun
pound
hanging out
cake.
with you.
Good time.